Clinica Verde is a relatively new organization located in Boaco, Nicaragua. It has only been up and running since April 2007, but does not let their age inhibit their incredible vision for sustainable healthcare. In short, they state their mission as the clinic being a new model of healthcare for families in need, a sustainably designed health clinic for women and children living in poverty. There are a total of 17 paid employees and 2 volunteers working at Clinica Verde. The 17 paid employees all receive health care and benefits, which include sick leave and paid leave. They are a small clinic with a modest waiting room and only a few rooms for taking patients and doing exams. Near the waiting room, they had a small area with racks of pre-owned clothes for anyone to take for free. They also have a burgeoning organic garden and a sizable kitchen area, both of which will be used as teaching and learning spaces. Clinica Verde sees health and promotes health in a variety of ways.
For a small clinic that's only over 8 years old, they offer a lot of services to their community, services that are almost all free or low cost. These services include
Women's health,
prenatal care, risk pregnancy care, postpartum care, family planning, pregnancy tests, Pap tests, visual inspection with acetic acid, obstetric and gynecological ultrasound, care and attention for gynecological diseases, reference of patients requiring hospital care, scheduling and performing surgeries of patients who are referred to hospital, nutritional counseling and warning signs in pregnant women, childbirth, and puerperium.
children's health,
Controls for growth and development for children under 5 years, illness care of children, reference of patients requiring hospital care, immunizations, nebulizations, nutritional counseling, and warning signs.
adolescent health,
Attention to the diseases of adolescents, education on adolescent sexual and reproductive health.
care for adults,
Emergency care, care for chronic non-communicable diseases, infectious diseases, special tests, nebulizations, test blood sugar measurements, counseling on healthy lifestyles.
dental care,
Oral health education, application of fluoride in children, in addition to
pharmacy, and laboratory services.
During our interview, when asked about their mission and principles, we got to hear about many of the values that guide Clinica Verde's practices. This list included things like, treat patients with respect always. We're here to serve our people. Passion is like a king to serve. Cleanliness and health of buildings and rooms. This place is a gift and we are happy to be here. And help each other, always. We are dedicated to teamwork and workers' rights. Not only are they guided by their mission to provide health care for families in need, they are following a belief in humanization and service.
Clinica Verde provides many services for the communities of Boaco, Matagalpa, Managua, and other nearby departments of Nicaragua. The clinic finds that the most common illnesses are malnutrition in children under the age of 5, prenatal care and sexual health, respiratory health, and educating new mothers on the importance of breastfeeding. The typical clinic patient is a female living in a rural area. They provide general health care, free vitamins, food preparation, cooking classes, clothes, and training in organic gardening. The people at Clinica Verde wish to impact the lives of the local communities using education about safer cooking and using stoves that are designed to put out less toxic fumes to ultimately reduce the occurrence of respiratory issues. Their organic garden is used to encourage people to start their own gardens and to pull people away from the common diet of starch and carbs, such as rice, beans, French fries, and bread, and incorporate more fruits and vegetables into their diets. The organic garden in the back of the clinic is hoped to be one that they can sell produce out of within the next 3 years. They hope to expand this program in the future with more clinics throughout Nicaragua and even in other countries in Central America.
Clinica Verde also hopes to reduce the rate of teenage pregnancy as it is a large issue in the communities throughout Boaco. They have a program, Club de Adolescentes, to educate teenagers on sexual health and contraceptive care. On Tuesdays, the clinic visits with girls who are between 9 and 12 years old, and on Thursdays, girls between 12 and 24 years old. In addition to the sexual education, they provide activities such as games and sports to encourage teenagers to participate in, rather than engaging in sexual activities. There is also mental and physical counseling for teenagers who are dealing with abuse at home. There are a total of 50 teenagers who are participating in the club regularly. While this program did not seem like the most comprehensive sex ed to us, for the population it serves, it is a step towards something better. In communities where there is no education about sex and where young women are the targets of sexual violence, programs like this can be life-altering.
One of the challenges that Clinica Verde faces comes from the cultural aspect of Nicaraguans not regularly visiting a doctor. This cultural norm directly results in poor health. It is common for Nicaraguans to not visit a doctor unless it is absolutely necessary, rather than attend general routine checkups. This is perhaps partially due to the country's history of violence and wars that were the direct result of colonization and imperialism. This history has impacted culture and attitudes and has perpetuated the almost constant poverty that Nicaragua has faced for generations. Ongoing poverty is a major factor in health and well-being. One of Clinica Verde's plans to alleviate this issue is by designing a system where nurses and doctors can go out into the campesinos and visit with people in their communities. This way, culture and attitudes can come to more of a compromise and see a slow but steady change in health outcomes.
Before we left, we asked if Clinica Verde had any advice for us as community developers. They told us that human beings are the same all over the world and to be sensitive and treat everyone with respect. They also told us that it's important to see patients as people rather than a disembodied diagnostic chart. Be sensitive and aware of everyone's unique circumstances. We were also urged to pass down these ideas to our families, young people, and our communities.
During our tour and interview, we learned a lot. This was one of the only health clinics we visited while in Nicaragua, and that in itself was a huge learning moment. Developing regions with large rural populations tend to have a lot of challenges around health. In Nicaragua, maternal health, children's health, and respiratory health are major issues. Seeing how a small clinic ran specific programs and offered services was a major insight into what people can create and change, even in poverty. The people running the clinic want to see their community in good health and are taking a holistic approach to seeing that their mission is met.